Hello, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Minutes of Inspiration with Calandra. Happy Saturday. How's it going today? I hope you guys are enjoying your Saturday. Today has been nice here in the DFW. I had journaling group this morning. I was so grateful to be on with the ladies today on the Zoom for our journaling meeting. It was great. I'm so grateful to be a part of the community with them. If you have been listening to Minutes of Inspiration for a while, you know that I have mentioned that several times. But today we had a meeting, so I was so grateful to be on with them and to be able to just reflect and get my thoughts on paper. So, yes, that is how my morning started out. And then I did a thing. Yes, I did a thing. So a lot of you, I'm not sure who all follows and if you all know me personally, but I am very much so an introvert. Um, I love being around my select couple of friends. They are all wonderful. They all know who they are and I love them very much. But I am not the person that likes to be around a large crowd or strangers. That is just not my personality. It just doesn't fit with the way that I am wired. I love small, intimate settings, and I normally go out when I'm with at least one of my friends. I am also a one-on-one person. I'm not a group friend. It's never going to be me and five or six people. Normally, it's one-on-one. I may have five or six friends, and we all hang out one-on-one. And I just feel comfortable that way. I am the person that likes to be able to interact one on one and to really be able to relate to the person that I'm speaking with. Each friendship is different. Each person that, we encounter are different. So that's just how I'm wired. That's how I'm wired. But today I did a new thing. So I have been wanting to go to a coffee shop by myself for a very long time, and I had not had the courage to do it. I was just not stepping out on faith in that area. And I had, made up my mind last week that it was going to be something that I was going to do today. And I had to just go do it. And that's what I did this morning. After the Zoom meeting, I got dressed and I went to PJ's coffee shop here in the DFW area near my home. And I had been to PJ's before, but the last time I went there was with a friend. And again, I had wanted to go by myself. I am trying to get myself to be more comfortable out in atmospheres by myself. So that is what I did this morning. And I was there for about 45 minutes. I made a goal that I would stay at least 30 minutes so that I can start getting comfortable in that setting by myself for at least 30 minutes. And then I wanted to work my way up to an hour, maybe even an hour and a half, depending on how I'm feeling. So, yes, I did a new thing, and today I was there for about 45 minutes on my first time going alone. So I really enjoyed it. It was a great time. It's a small, cozy area, the one that's right here by my house. It's only about enough room to seat maybe 10 people. It's very small compared to the one that I went to before. So it's not where a lot of people can be at one time. They also have a drive-through. So I found a sitting area, sat down with my journal, with my pen, with my spinach croissant. I got a spinach feta croissant that was so, so good. So if you have a PJ's coffee shop near you, try their spinach feta croissant. It was very good. And I got a skinny vanilla latte, which is also very good. So that is what I did this morning. I enjoyed the coffee shop. I journaled. I listened to some lo-fi R&B in my earbuds, and it was a nice time. It really was a nice time. I got a lot of good journaling, reflecting down. So yes, it was a good time. So that is what I did today. And I have this little journal. I think it says find joy in everything that you do. That's on the outside of the journal. That's the title of the journal. So it was my first time writing in that journal. I love journals, so I have so many. So that was the first time for me writing in that journal. And since the theme of what I was doing, getting out of my comfort zone and finding joy, and then the title of the journal was Finding Joy in Everything That You Do, or Finding Joy in Every Day. Today was day one of me finding joy and writing it in my Finding Joy journal. So yes, that is how my morning has went. And if you follow me on the YouTube channel, you will see clips of me, going out this morning to the coffee shop. I recorded it. I just love to record. I love to record. It helps me to look back over what I did. It's kind of like journaling in video form. And I am a huge journaler. So it's basically journaling in video form. So I did record myself speaking a little bit about going over there. Took a couple of shots while I was there, a couple of video shots, and just made it into a full video and posted that on the YouTube channel. So if you are interested in watching, you can follow me over there on the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is also Minutes of Inspiration with Calandra if you are listening to me on audio, Apple or Spotify. So yes, that is how my morning has been. It's been great. The weather again was nice. We had pretty sunshine, and I took advantage of the sunshine today because last weekend it was cloudy and dreary, and I was not feeling well last weekend. I didn't even have a voice last week. Last week, the first part of the week, Monday and Tuesday, my voice was gone. Over the weekend, my voice was starting to get hoarse, sore throat, all of the things. I had to go to the doctor to make sure that I didn't have COVID or strep. And thank God I didn't. But the cold was a very bad cold. I've never had a cold and lost my voice. So that was my reasoning for even going to the doctor for it. Because the last time I had something where I lost my voice, I had COVID, and I was praying in Jesus' name that was not what it was this time. And thankfully, it was not. The doctor just said it was probably some allergies or a very bad cold. So, yes, so I wasn't even on last week to record. So I am back here today, and I just thank God that I have been able to walk in courage today and walk in faith today, and that I'm feeling better than I was last weekend. So, yes. So today's episode is going to be part two of Let's Talk Books. Last month, I did my very first episode on books. I love to read, and I had gotten out of the habit reading physical books, and I had been just listening to audiobooks, which I love. But I have been trying to work my way back into reading physical books. So I have started the New Day Diva series. And last month, if you haven't listened or watched that episode, you can go back to last month. And it was also titled Let's Talk Books. So you can go back to that episode and you'll be able to watch part one of it. And I was just talking about the New Day Diva series, the book series that I'm reading right now. And today is going to be part two of Let's Talk Books and the New Day Diva series. So I am on book two. I just completed book two. And book two is titled Been There, Prayed That. Been There, Prayed That. And if you're watching on the YouTube channel, I'm showing you what the book looks like. So yes, Been There, Prayed That is part two of book two of the New Day Diva series. And I have finally finished it. I am so proud that I have finally read this entire book. I'm not going to even tell you how long it took me to read it. My goal was to read a book a month. Um, and this book probably took me maybe 2 months to read because I was not reading it every day. Um, like I said on the first episode of books, on part one, I used to read a book like once a week, once every 2 weeks. Now I'm trying to get to once a month, and this book probably took longer, but all in all, I finally finished it. So book two, and it is Been There, Prayed That. It was a very, very good book. Um, so yeah, if you are just watching this or listening to this episode, go back and watch part one where I really start talking about the series and everything that's going on from book 1 to book 2. So I'm just going to get into a little bit of the characters today and talk a little bit about what's going on or what happened in book 2. Been there, praise that. So in book 1, Tamara was one of the main characters. This book actually has so many main characters that you will just have to read it for yourself. I can't even go through all of the main characters. You know, some books have like 2 or 3 maybe main characters. This book has many main characters, many people that stand out in the book. So Tamara is one of the main characters. So I'm just going to talk a little bit about her situation, and I'm just going to go through a couple of the other characters and give you kind of a rundown on their situations as well. So Tamara, she was molested by her brother as a child. Her parents covered everything up, and then they decided to move separately. So Tamara lived with her mom, her brother moved with a dad, and they never reported it. They just kind of kept it as a family secret. Nobody really knew what was going on. Okay. So later on, Tamara's brother, which is Reggie, he ended up going to prison for molestation. Not for her case, but for someone else's case down the line. He ended up doing that again to someone else, and of course he got caught. He went to prison, and that's his story. Also, during the time where her brother was molesting her, she ended up getting pregnant, and she had a daughter by the name of Regine. And Tamara's mother raised the daughter as her own. They kind of kept that as a family secret as well. No one really knew that it was Tamara and her brother's child together. It was just all things that were just brushed under the rug. Okay. Tamara went on to get married to her first husband. She never really looked at the daughter that she had as her daughter because of the way that the daughter was conceived. It was more Tamara's mom that took care of the daughter. So the daughter looked up to Tamara as auntie instead of mother. Tamara later on got married to a guy, and he cheated on her and had a child by someone else during the marriage. They got divorced. So yeah, Tamara had a rough child child stage of life, and she also had a rough, early adult stage of life. Once she got married, and then her husband cheated on her, had a baby by someone else. So Tamara just had a hard time, a very, very hard time. And so on, another character is Lorraine. So Lorraine also had a hard time. This book is about just so many people having hard times, but these things are things that a lot of people can relate to. And hopefully at the end, it's going to be some type of overcoming. Again, it's a series, so I'm on book 2. I started with book 3, so I'm going to go on to book 4, because I never knew it was a series until I started book 3. And then when I read that, I found out it was a series, so I went back to book 1 and 2. I already read 3, so I'm going to go on to 4. So hopefully by book 5, there's going to be some joy for these people because a lot was happening. It's very interesting though, because a lot of these things happen in real life. A lot of people can relate to some of these situations. So it's a very relatable story, but it's just a lot of hardship and a lot of pain. So on to Lorraine. Lorraine is another character, and her mother is engaged to the counselor who molested her in high school. And Lorraine never told her mom. She never told her mom that this happened. And her mom just met this man out of, nowhere. Like many, many years passed by. Lorraine's mom was out dating a couple of people. She ended up coming across this guy, and he never knew, that was Lorraine's mother at first. Lorraine didn't know who her mom was dating. She knew that her mom was dating someone, but she didn't know his name until she comes in contact with him. Her mom brings him over. Lorraine sees him, and then she just goes like, she freezes, like, because she can't believe that out of all the people in the world, all the men in the world, that the person that her mom is so head over heels with is actually the guy who was her guidance counselor in high school that took advantage of her. And on top of that, she never told her mom that the situation even happened. So Lorraine is dealing with that. And there was an incident where they were having dinner together because Lorraine was like battling in her mind if she should even tell her mom the truth about what happened because her mom was so excited that she was with this guy and she likes this guy so much. But Lorraine didn't want to like take away her mom's joy, but at the same time, she didn't want to just see this go on because if her mom marries this man, it's going to remind her of what happened to her in high school and all these years. And, you know, her mom needed to know the type of man that she was about to marry. So one day they were at dinner and Lorraine was eating and she choked on something. And the food that she choked on, she wasn't able, you know, she was choking. And the guy that her mom was engaged to, he was the one who had to do the Heimlich to help her get whatever the food was out of her chest, out of her throat. And when that happened, she fell and passed out and hit her head on something. So they ended up taking her to the hospital and she was like going through like a lot of surgeries and different things. And the doctors was telling her mom that her memory is going to be shaky because of the way that she hit her head when she went down. So there were going to be things that she had had in her mind that she had just kind of like counted out, like things that had happened that were bad in her mind that she had counted out, that she had just put in this area where she was not to remember. The doctor was telling her mom a lot of those things were going to come back up. Things that she had just, you know, acted as if never happened. Those things are going to be the things that starts to come back up. So when she comes back to herself, she starts having visions and thoughts and things just flash through her eyes of things that had happened to her that she had buried for so long. And she ends up going ahead telling her mom about the guy that she's engaged to. She went to tell her mom and she ends up telling her mom the situation at church. Like they went to church one Sunday because this is a Christian fiction book. They went to church one Sunday together, and during church, she just had this feeling over her to tell the story because everyone was saying so many great things about Lorraine's mother's fiance. And she just had this, you know, this feeling that she needs to tell them the truth right now. And she started telling her testimony at church about what her mom's fiance did to her as a child. And that was her mom's first time hearing about the story. And it was just a lot that went on with that. So that is Lorraine. Also, if you listen to part one of me talking about this book, I talked about how Lorraine was also now a leader at her church over the New Day Diva series, and she had a co-lead, which was a younger girl that was helping her out, and they were kind of like not seeing eye to eye, like they just weren't on the same page. But later on, when Lorraine goes back to the church, where she's actually back working as the lead for the New Day Diva singles ministry, and she sees the young girl, which her name is Unique. When she sees Unique, the visions and thoughts and things from her passing out and the coma that she was in and all that with her brain finally awakens again. And she sees Unique and she realizes that Unique was the child that she gave away when she had her at birth. So it was just like so many twists and turns in this book. Like when I tell you so many characters. So when she sees Unique, Unique was her co-lead, but when she sees her after, the fall and after the coma and after the brain situation, now she sees Unique and she's like, you're my daughter. Unique already had told Lorraine that she was given up at birth, that her mom abandoned her. Unique had grew up in foster care, and Unique had also went through a lot of things. Now she's a young mom. She has multiple children by multiple men, and she's just trying to find her way. But even with that, she's a woman of God. She's a woman of faith, and that's why she's co-leading with Lorraine at the church for the singles ministry. So it's a lot. It's a twist. When I tell you it's a twist, it is a twist. And these are just some of the characters. But whenever Lorraine told Unique that she's her mom, Unique was like, I don't understand. I know you had, you fell, you were in a coma, you're going through some brain stuff. Maybe you're not understanding and thinking clearly. You can't possibly be my mom. So it's just like what is going on? Unique doesn't believe her because she's like, I know what you've been through. I think that you're not understanding correctly and speaking correctly right now. But Lorraine is saying, no, I am your mom. Like it finally came to her that she is Unique's mom. So that's Lorraine and Unique's. Another character in the book is Mother Duran. And she was over the singles ministry before Lorraine and Unique took over, but she had to end up going back to Kentucky to help her sister. Her sister was in the hospital, so she had to go back. So that is why the pastor put Lorraine and Unique in charge, why Mother Duran went back to Kentucky to take care of her family. So she's back there thinking that she's there to just take care of her sister. Her sister's in the hospital, but she come to find out that her sister had been having an affair with a pastor back in her town, back in Kentucky. Her sister is married. The pastor is also married. Her sister had gotten pregnant by the pastor. And there was this argument that Mother Duran was having with her sister, and her sister also has two teenage children. So the daughter, which is like around 13, and the son is around 17. And on top of that, he has a girlfriend that's pregnant. So it's just a big argument that they're having. And during the argument one day with Mother Duran, her sister, and Mother Duran's sister's two children, they're all arguing. Everybody's heated. So the sister gets up to try to have her daughter to sit down. But when she gets up to go to her daughter, she trips over something. And when she trips, she falls flat on her stomach, causing her to have a miscarriage. And it was just a bad situation. Um, Her husband, he's a truck driver. He's on his way to work, driving trucks or whatever he's going to deliver and do. And during that situation, he ends up having something with his brakes on his truck. So he ends up having a wreck and he ends up being killed at the same time that she's having a miscarriage. But the child that she was carrying wasn't her husband's. It was the pastor at her church. So when I tell you again, so much drama in this story, so much going on. So many main characters, and these are not even all of the characters. These are just the ones that stuck out to me that I wanted to talk about in part two in this episode. But there are many, many more characters in this book and so much more drama in this book. So if you are interested in this book, it is the new Day Diva series and it's by Enjoy. And I am just completed book two and it's Been There, Pray That. Been There, Pray That is book two. But it is a very good book, very entertaining, filled with so much drama, so much relatability. And it's overall just a good read, and I'm glad that I finally found something that was able to keep my attention. Like I have told you guys many of times, I am someone that the book has to catch my attention immediately. I love to read, but it has to catch my attention immediately, and this New Day Diva series is doing just that. So I have ordered book 4 and 5. Book 4 is titled Trying to Stay Saved. Trying to Stay Saved. And book 5 is I Can Do Better All by Myself. So I am excited to read book 4 and 5. This is book 2 that I'm talking about today. Been there, prayed that. I read book 3 already. Again, I read that one. That was the first one I read. So I'm just going to go on to book 4 and 5 and finish the series. But I am so grateful I found this book. It is so, so good. So if you are interested, you may want to go check it out. All of the books are on Amazon. All of them are on Amazon. So, yes. So, if you are new to Minutes of Inspiration, welcome, welcome, welcome. I am Calandra. I am your host here. You will find me coming on every weekend and every other Wednesday for Worship Wednesday. So, I'm so excited to have you here. I am also an author. I am a first time author. My book is titled Faith Walk to Healing, and you can find it on Amazon as well. Faith Walk to Healing is a devotional that can help you on your faith walk journey to heal from whatever you may be going through. So check out Faith Walk to Healing on Amazon. You can also follow me on Instagram at Calandra_Monique. I'm also on Facebook. It's Minutes of Inspiration with Calandra. Also have a support group. It is Sister, You Are Loved. And also you can listen to me on audio, Minutes of Inspiration with Calandra on Apple or Spotify. Or you can follow me on the YouTube channel. It's also Minutes of Inspiration with Calandra. Wherever you follow me, there is a link tree. You can click on the link tree. You can find out everything about Minutes of Inspiration with me, Calandra. I also have a healing purpose coaching session that I do if you are interested. Again, it's very, very, very affordable right now because I am in training to get a license to, or certification, I should say, to be a life coach. So I'm in training for that. I'm also going through podcast training at the end of next month. So I am true to this. I really love what I'm doing. I really love this. I'm so grateful that God has put this on my heart to start and that He is helping me each and every week to come and bring whatever it is that He has for me to bring. The weekend episodes are normally just like this, just conversation. I'm starting to add the book series because I would just want to add more things to the episodes, to the podcast. So the book reviews are new, but I will definitely be doing more book reviews because I will be reading more books. I am going to get to my goal of one book a month. That is 12 books a year. And if I'm going to be reading that much, I'm definitely going to be talking about the books on the podcast. So there will be more book episodes coming out and just all things inspirational, whether that's relationships or family or healing or whatever, affirmations journal. The podcast is basically me. It's me. It's everything that I love to do and everything that I'm interested in. And I pray that I can find my community, my consistent community while I am showing up as me. I know that there are other people out there that like a lot of the same things that I like. So I am hoping to find my people. So if you are enjoying the episodes, please like, share, subscribe. If this is something that you like and you have a friend that likes things like this as well, topics like I put out as well, then let them know about the podcast as well. A lot of people can learn more through word of mouth. I also have some business cards now that I have printed out and I have been putting them out. Like I have really been putting them out. I got the cards maybe, oh, I want to say last month maybe, and I had not given many of them out because I wanted to wait until I came into contact with people that I thought that would be interested in podcasts. I know that it's not for everyone. Everyone doesn't listen to podcasts. Everyone doesn't listen to books or read and all those things. So I have to just find my people. But yesterday I did another new thing. I went out and I walk a lot in my apartments with my dog, and I see people that, speak to me and, that are kind to me when I'm out on my walk. So I passed out a lot of my business cards yesterday. And yeah, so I am really trying to get out there and do more of that as well. I left some of them also at the coffee shop this morning. So I'm really trying to break out of my comfort zone because I know that what the Lord is calling me to do, I can't be fearful. I have to be able to be more free. So, yeah, so I also have those cards that I am passing out. And again, I advertise a lot on social media. So follow me on social media. I am always uploading videos, uploading memes of inspiration. And yeah, this is who I am. This is literally who I am. So yes, so check me out on all the social media platforms. Stay connected, listening to the podcast on audio or video. And yeah, just stick with me. Stick with me as the Lord continues to train me up in where He truly wants me to be. So stick with me. I'm grateful to have you here. So I have a quote for you guys today. It is, "A book is a gift you can open again and again." I'm going to repeat it. It reads, "A book is a gift you can open again and again." And the scripture that I have for you guys today is Proverbs 17 and 22. It's coming from the New Living Translation. It reads, "A cheerful heart is good medicine, but a broken spirit saps a person's strength." A cheerful heart is good medicine, but a broken spirit saps a person's strength. I want to thank you so much for tuning in to Minutes of Inspiration with Calandra. And as always, know that you are loved, you are valuable, and your life is worth living. God bless you.